In 1 week this summer, the most powerful companies on Earth lost trillions in value. And it wasn't a crash or a scandal. It was a math problem. So let's build the tool that measures it. At the end of June 2026, something quiet and strange happened. The biggest technology companies in the world, the ones building artificial intelligence, started falling together. The tech-heavy market dropped almost 5% in a single week, 5 losing days in a row. And here's what made it strange. There was no crash, no scandal, no surprise from the Federal Reserve. What spooked everyone was a chart. 2 weeks earlier, an independent research group had done something simple. They opened the official financial filings of the 5 biggest cloud companies, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Oracle, and lined up 2 numbers: how much cash their businesses bring in and how much they're spending to build AI. The 2 lines were about to cross, which would mean these giants are on track to spend every dollar they earn, and then some. But a scary chart is not the same as a fact. A warning is not a measurement. So I did what a builder does. I rebuilt that tool myself so we can watch it together and decide how worried we should actually be. Let's start with the spending, because the number is almost hard to believe. This year, just 4 of these companies, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta, are on track to spend around $725 billion building AI. $725 billion in a single year. That's up about 77% from the year before. Quick word, because we'll use it a lot. Capital expenditure, CapEx for short, just means money a company spends to buy or build big, long-lasting things. Here, that's data centers, giant warehouses full of computer chips, plus the chips themselves and the power to run them. Amazon alone plans to spend around $200 billion. Google up to $190, Microsoft close behind, Meta up to $145, and it openly blamed rising memory chip prices. $725 billion is more than most entire countries spend in a year. And analysts think that next year, together, these companies blow past $1 trillion. Now, spending a fortune isn't automatically a problem. The question a builder asks is simple. Where is all that money coming from? Are they paying for this out of what they earn or out of something else? To answer that, you need 2 simple ideas. The first is operating cash flow. Think of it as the company's paycheck, the real cash the core business brings in after paying its everyday bills. The second is free cash flow, the money left over after the big building projects are paid for, your paycheck minus the new roof. That leftover is the cushion. It's what a company uses to pay down debt or hand back to its shareholders. Now here's the whole story in one picture. Across those 5 giants, the paycheck, operating cash flow, has been growing about 23% a year. Healthy. But the building spending has been growing about 70% a year. 23 versus 70. 2 lines growing at speeds like that don't stay apart. They cross. And when they cross, the cushion, the spare cash, hits 0. Added up across all 5 companies, the research group's estimate for when that happens is this summer, around the 3rd quarter of 2026. And it's already showing up. Amazon's spare cash fell from about $38 billion to just over $1 billion in a single year. That's a drop of roughly 95%. But let's be fair, it's staggered, not all at once. One company, Oracle, already crossed the line. Amazon is crossing right about now. Google is projected for early next year, Meta around the middle, and Microsoft, the slowest spender, not until 2028. One honesty note, this is a trend line, not a prophecy. It simply assumes today's pace continues. The real test comes when the next earnings reports land. Now here's the part that confused me at first, and it's the most important idea in this whole video. If these companies are burning through their cash, how are they still reporting record profits? The answer is a piece of accounting called depreciation. When a company spends, say, $200 billion on chips and data centers, all that cash leaves right away. But the accountants don't count it as a cost all at once. They spread it out over the years the equipment is expected to last, usually 4 to 6. So a company can spend $200 billion in cash this year, but only record 30 or 40 billion of it as a cost on paper. The result is a kind of magic trick. On paper, profits look healthy and rising. In the bank account, the cash is quietly draining. Both are true at once. They're just running at different speeds. And the trick leans on one shaky guess: how long those chips actually last. The company that makes most of the world's AI chips now releases a dramatically better one every single year. So a chip you planned to lean on for 6 years might be outdated in 3. Watch how differently the giants treat this. Last year, Amazon quietly decided its servers wear out faster and took a charge for it. Another giant decided the opposite, that its servers last longer, which instantly made its profits look bigger. Same chips, opposite conclusions. One well-known investor, famous for betting against the housing bubble, estimates these stretched guesses have overstated profits across the industry by more than $170 billion.
So if the spare cash is drying up, but the spending keeps climbing, who pays the difference?
For years, these companies paid for everything straight out of their own pockets. That ended. Now they're borrowing and selling shares on a scale we've simply never seen. In June, Google, a company that made its fortune selling ads for 2 decades, announced it would raise around $80 billion by selling stock just to fund AI. A chunk of it was bought by one of the most famous long-term investors in the world, which the market read as a vote of confidence. Amazon lined up a $17.5 billion credit line and told regulators it may raise even more. Oracle set up an entire financing plan for the year. Zoom out to the whole AI industry, and companies had borrowed around $236 billion by late spring, roughly 4 times the pace of the year before. And a major credit rating agency flagged something unsettling. Over $600 billion of data center commitments sitting off the official balance sheets. Real obligations, just harder to see. None of this means anyone's going broke. These are some of the richest companies in history. But the story has quietly flipped, from giants funding a boom out of pocket to giants borrowing to keep it going.
All right, let's put it all on one screen. This is the cash burn meter.
For each of the 5 giants, it shows one honest number. Out of every dollar the business earns, how many cents are they spending on building? 0% means they're spending nothing. 100% means every single dollar. Above 100 means they're spending more than they make and borrowing the rest. A few years ago, this group spent about 1/3 of its earnings on building. Today, it's around 90% and climbing toward and past that 100% line. Here's the same idea as a countdown. Oracle, already over the line. Amazon, crossing now. Google, next year. Meta, after that. Microsoft, last. And one number ties the whole debate together. For this spending to pay off the way such spending has historically, these companies would need to earn around $1 trillion in profit a year. Right now, the estimate is less than half of that. $1 trillion needed, under $500 billion expected. That gap is the entire argument in a single line. The meter isn't telling you to buy or sell anything. It's just showing you that gap in numbers instead of vibes.
Now let me argue as hard as I can against my own meter, because that's the job. Here's the best case that this is smart, not scary. Unlike the dot-com companies of the year 2000, today's giants are wildly profitable and sitting on more than $400 billion in cash between them. Near zero spare cash isn't them going broke, it's them choosing to pour every available dollar into growth. And the demand is real and already signed. Between them, they're holding over $1.6 trillion of contracts for cloud and AI that customers have committed to but not yet paid. Amazon's cloud just grew 28%, its fastest in years. Google's cloud grew 63%. Microsoft says it literally cannot build fast enough. The limit is power and chips, not customers. There's even history on their side. When Amazon built its first cloud, back around 2010, its spare cash went negative for years, and then that business became one of the most profitable on Earth. Maybe this is that same moment again. All of that could be true, but notice what it really is, a bet that the revenue shows up later. And there's a quiet risk hiding inside it. Several of these giants are each other's biggest customers, suppliers, and investors all at once. When a handful of companies help fund each other's demand, a boom can look bigger and more certain than it is. A real revolution and an overpriced moment can live inside the very same company. So where does the needle actually sit?
Honestly, right on the line. As a group, these 5 giants are now spending just about every dollar they earn and starting to borrow for the rest. That is not a crash, and it is not a company running out of money. Every one of them is still profitable. The better way to read it is this. It's a valuation signal, not a panic button. The question was never whether these are great companies. They are. It's whether their prices already assume a flood of AI revenue that hasn't fully arrived yet. And that is exactly what the meter is for. So instead of guessing, you watch. Here is the single number I'll be watching. Does AI revenue start growing as fast as the spending? The next real checkpoint is the summer earnings reports at the end of July. If the revenue catches up, the optimists are right. If the spending keeps outrunning it, the meter was right. Full disclosure, I own SignalFinder Pro, and this is general educational commentary, not personalized investment advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. I'm showing you how to read the gauges yourself. Subscribe, and we'll update the meter the moment those earnings land.